What up, adventurers? Look at me. We have smooth as anything, smooth as butter gimbal control on the camera. Whoa. Hopefully I've got it balanced well enough. But anyway, we are painting aliens today, and we'll be messing around on the gimbal in some upcoming videos, so I do warn you now. But yeah, today we're painting 4 of the alien warriors. These are the last 4 that I need to paint for another glorious day in the Marine Corps. So let's get into it. Right, let's get into it now. As you can see, these are I can't remember what set they came from now. They're from one of the expansion sets where you get the Queen and 4 additional Xenomorphs. Now, they each have a different role to play. And make sure I get these in the correct order. The first model you would have seen was the Scout, and he's squatted down. Then I believe I showed the Guard, and then the Brute, and then finally it should be the Skulker? Sulker? I keep wanting to say Sulker, but it's the Skulker. Now, I decided, because these are 4 unique aliens in this game, I'm going to paint them up a little bit different. So everything got hit with black prime, and then a dry brush of the rack of flesh from Games Workshop. And then we're going to paint each one in a unique colour. I have no idea how this is going to work. I have not tested it, so wish me luck. The first one is going to be the Brute. He is going to be painted with orc flesh, which is a very bright green. Now, you're probably thinking I've gone crazy, but in my head, I'm going to darken these down with either a black wash or a brown wash towards the end. I do have the finished models in front of me. I am pretty happy with how they look. So I'm not too worried. I was worried during the process, but by the end, I'm actually quite happy with the results. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I want them to stand out from the black drones / warriors that we have in the game painted already. And I feel the little pop of colour is going to help. Might not help a lot, but it's going to help. It will make them stand out a bit more, make it easier for me to realise what I'm looking at and where it is. But it also does have a valid reference in the lore of the game. So most Xenomorphs are obviously depicted as black, blue or grey. And that's very common because we usually see them coming from humans. And for some reason that's the colour scheme they go with. Before I carry on with my little rant, we'll move on to the Sulker. I'm going to use the bright orange on him. But yeah, but it's been known throughout the series, mostly comics and the book series, I assume, that other colours do exist within the series. There is, of course, the famous red skin ones from the comic book series. I'm trying to remember where it is. They were the rebel faction of Xenomorphs known as the Red Xenomorphs, and that was on the 3rd novel, I believe. Let me just check my titles. The Female War, I believe it's called, and that's where they go to the alien... No, it's not. There's a planet that they go to, and they're picking up the royal jelly, and when they land, there is 2 rival factions. There's the normal black Xenomorphs, and then there's the red Xenomorphs. And there's weirdly a Marine who's playing a saxophone in the story. If you can remember the title of the story, because I've completely blanked on it, let me know, because I can't think what the title is. Ultimately, the crew destroy the red Xenomorphs in the hopes that they can then invade the black Xenomorphs' nest and steal all the royal jelly, which is pretty mean of them. But hey, that's the book series for you. We then have golden yellow Xenomorphs, which maybe this Sulker could represent that kind of colour scheme. I'm also going to use the hardened leather on the Guard. Now, these end up being quite similar in colour. One's a little bit darker than the other. But in my head, it still works. But yeah, golden yellow Xenomorphs, known as the K-series Xenomorphs, appeared in the Alien vs Predator Extinction video game. And yeah, strange looking aliens for sure. I'm just going to see if I can pop up some more info on those ones. Yeah, they just have a yellow-ish tinge. That may be due to the lighting in the game, but they're very weird. They've got, they're genetically manipulated. They've got the weird golden skin tone. The Queen also has the yellow skin, which is very strange, but ultimately their abilities and behavior is the same as the counterpart. It's just they were genetically created by Wayland Yutani instead. We then have blue Xenomorphs, which I do actually I won a competition years ago and I ended up with a blue Xenomorph, so I didn't want to paint a blue one. But this one is just a blue tint of a normal warrior. And then there was other ones. There's things like white Xenomorphs. There's been white purple, I believe, by Kenner Games. I don't think that was ever actual canon. But ultimately, the idea behind different skin tones, they've either been genetically modified by scientists, being God's gift to humanity, or they've come from a host creature that has a different skin color. Like the Predator ones originally were a much paler, almost white tone in the comic book series. That changed obviously for the movie franchise. But if you look at the older comics, any Predator-born Xenomorphs were actually white. Then we're on to the final one, which is the Scout model, and I'm doing him blood red. I knew I wanted a red one. I almost went red for all 4 of them, and then I thought that'd be a really boring video, because they don't take long to paint. These models have so much texture on them that when you're using speed paint, it just works perfectly. Black prime, heavy dry brush, good wash of something, color of your choice, could be black, dark grey, blues, reds, greens, whatever. It works. It just works on them. Now, these colors I'm using in particular are pretty damn bright, as you will see in a minute once they've dried. I do leave them overnight to fully cure and dry up. I know speed paints, especially this first era of Army Painter, they do have an issue of sometimes reactivating if you're a bit too keen. So I made sure to leave them completely overnight, and then I hit everything with the dark wood. I'm not entirely sure why. Part of me was going to go black over the top, like a grim black or the nun oil kind of wash. But then I was worried they'd be too dark. And then I thought maybe dark wood would work, as it will add a warmth, because they are living creatures. They're not our version of a living creature, but they are living. And I think it would be nice to give them the warmth. And luckily the brown works. Now the plus side of this dark wood brown, it dries glossy. This is something that annoys me with the first generation of the Army speed paints. Some of their paints dry glossy. Dark wood being one of the worst for it. I don't know if it's because I'm not mixing it properly, but every time I've used it, it always ends up having a shine to it. But I think that's going to work for these Xenomorphs, so I'm just going to go through each one of them, absolutely coating it in dark wood, and hoping beyond hope that the green and the reds and the oranges and the browns will all come through and actually shine on the highlight points. And it does. You'll see in the final photos, it genuinely does work. They're not over the top colourful. It's not like I've just slapped down the Power Rangers into the middle of a Xenomorph game. They just have a hint of the colours shining through on all of them. You'll see that in the final videos, which I'll play at the end. But yeah, I'm happy to say that I think I now have all the Xenomorph warriors done. I've got these 4 done. The queen is done. The eggs are done. The face huggers are done. So I think I've completed all the alien aspects of the board game Another Glorious Day in the Marine Corps, which means I just have to finish up the Marines. I've got I think I've got 5 or 6 Marines left to go. I've got the Power Walker, the forklift walker, and then I've just got the crates and the computer screens to do, which I'll do off screen. I don't think we need a painting tutorial for that. And then we can start actually playing a game, and that really excites me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It's a bit different. I actually talked about my painting for once. If you prefer this style of video over a lore video, do let me know, and maybe I'll change it up now and again. And until next time, make sure you hit like, hit subscribe. It really does help. It doesn't cost you anything. I also have some subscription memberships down below if you want to offer me a cup of coffee once a month. That would be lovely as well. We're hitting the colder months here in Canada, so a nice cup of hot chocolate or a coffee would go down lovely. But until next time, cheers for watching. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then go watch this one up here. Give it a click. Bye-bye.